What is going on, Warriors? It's your boy Shin Ryu back again with another video, and I'm here pretty much to talk about my boy. As you can see right now, is on the face of the screen today, and typically what that means is he's pretty much an SS and above. And yeah, I'm just gonna just end the bubble right there. It's pretty much just an SS, nothing too special, okay? But that's special enough for me for now, and I had to push him to SS because pretty much I was interested in pushing his FS to finally push as much as possible. After doing that, I realized that I had enough. I realized that all I knew was SS to actually use the FS moves, which for some reason I wasn't too uh conscious about. I kind of would subconsciously do it, but it wasn't really conscious to me. So I left Bison on S for the longest time. So now I was able to now sort of like grind divination with almost all my 100 divination ticket, 100 plus divination tickets. I think I'm left to 20 something right now, or to actually get Bison to you know SS as well. Of course, that also happened. Same with special summons to Evil Ryu. So those are pretty much everything, and I think I just have one spare one for now, apart from the original one here. And yeah, and hopefully the next pull around we'll be taking him to SS Plus, and then we can now start working on getting all those four remaining summons, and then we can then focus on Akuma and get him to SS. I could have done that with him as well, but he's not priority right now, and also I just want to get Avery out of the way because that's where my focus is. And you can see as well, even I'm piling up the cars as well. I've got 4 chests right now. Hopefully they all are different. I think they typically are in the first instance until once you pull all 6. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. I'm also looking forward to Breath of Rage because this is another reason why I'm actually struggling. I don't have Breath of Rage. It's pretty much a very nice EX move to have. I've got one left, so we're looking forward to hopefully having a unit. And not only that, let's get back here. I've also got 22 because I want to see what the EX move for Virgil is like tomorrow to see if it's worth trying to at least get it at one level, because obviously as free to play, unless you're paid to win, you can pretty much upgrade that. No way. All right, so we all know as well the server maintenance is going to be happening soon, so we have to wrap things up. You haven't done anything yet that is left, you need to start rushing things up because they're going to be over. I think it's going to be over in a couple of minutes, so like within the next hour. It's already 12:10 over here in North America, and we're looking at it maybe like when it's 1 a.m. EST. That's when it's going to stop for us, so start clearing all that stuff if you haven't already. And then the other thing as well is, I almost forgot about the server maintenance. It's a good thing I remember that. The other thing you want to remember as well is DMC starting tomorrow. Once the maintenance is over, you're going to be seeing the new stuff, the characters, whatever the kit is like, the EX move as well. It's going to be an exciting day tomorrow. And then of course the most fearful part of it is the fact that we're having 2 marquee signings coming up. They're not just Reggie's. Are we going to have one of them as a legendary character, or you just have to just for some purposes you can boost them up as high as possible? That would be nice. But the devs, especially since the fact that they did recently celebrate the 20k on Discord, so that could actually be an inspiration as to why they decided to rush this and not just spread it out as 3 different DMC events, right? That would pretty much be cool. Many you can have a lineup of 3, but I didn't go for Dante, as you guys know, so I'm not going to be able to have that privilege unless somehow they bring him back, which I doubt. Secondly, the other option is they put them the special summons, but that would also mean that it's going to be crazy because the special summons are pretty much horrible, almost like divination tickets, even worse so than divination tickets. And unless they decide to throw some little PD in there, which I doubt because it's almost the same concept. Divination doesn't have PD, so I don't think it should have PD as well. I don't think it does because there's no constant, like maybe every 4 pulls or whatever. You just know at some point you're going to get it. Or like special summons, which is a whole lot worse. And they're only going to be 4 characters for you to choose from once tomorrow hits. That is if Nero joins Virgil in that pool. Alright. The third one is also another one that I dread because that one ended up with everybody getting minimum of A frags, which is the way they handled Go Magala Can, where it's going to be like sort of like like a a bar where you just have to fulfill a lot of things, and as you make progress, once you hit the first level you get it, which typically is the one that everybody can realistically get. And after that, unless you're pay to play, you can't get that, and you're going to end up just like me, having a useless set of frags like this, unless they decide to bring the character back in the future. It is there taking up space and being useless right now. But here's the main reason why this video is up and running. Okay, it's pretty much, as you guys know right now, once you start to creep up to the higher tiers of the game, 360 and above, for example. No, let's say 300 and above. No, that's 300 is a bit too, is not too whatever. Once you start get characters, appearing to be 350 and above in terms of level, this is already getting difficult. A lot of people typically tend to depend on either having characters that are well built, having their cars and all that kind of stuff, and their FS moves, or they would typically have Beast Zangief come and help with the interrupts, right? Of course, there are other characters that can actually do that as well. If you want to learn more about those, pretty much E Honda, I believe, E Honda does interrupts. Guy does interrupts as well as I believe Street Poison actually just does silence. But if you want to learn more about that, shout out to Baneblade, who actually unveiled that, and it's sort of like a bit of a rescue for those who are playing the irregular towers at the bottom here. It's a lot difficult when you use Beast Zangief for sure, but it does work. I have tried it out, so you can watch his video and learn more about that. Otherwise, what we're going to do here is going to be showing what I really want to talk about Evil Ryu here, which is actually when I was actually trying to do this video, because I've made multiple recordings about this video for some reason. I'm either over recording and going too far or something like that. So I'm going to try and make it shorter and not exhaust my record time so I don't have to start all over again. Is that Evil Ryu also does interrupts. That's one of the reasons why I was actually able to make reference and get an inspiration from the rest, because Evil Ryu is also supposed to be someone they add on that as well, and his is very random. That's why I guess that's why you don't want to really use him as an example. Also, he's not really easily accessible, so I want to talk about the accessible characters for sure. Now let's go into the first battle report here. As you can see, I'm pretty much at the top right now because I already figured out the move. I'm going to discuss this move shortly, but before then, let's look at the move pretty much here. As you can see, I was still here, but if you look at everybody, if you look at my character list right now, no Beast Zangief. Beast Zangief is only being used for one thing, and that's just for his speed, right? The speed he adds by being in support. He brings it up, and that's all I use it for because it's very paramount. Otherwise, you can see that Bison is on S plus. I already got Evil Ryu to triple S, but what I want to show you is I'm into S as well. But what I want to show you is this. While you see my characters, willing, Evil is already up here, so it's already being a bit more competitive. And then I know I figured it out. That's why I'm still sort of like not up there. But over here you can see, if you look at anyone that's above me, most of the time they have pretty strong units. As you can see, they're here. I know his Fashion Blanka eventually got 3 cars, but here his 2 ladies already have 3 cars, Kami and Chun-Li, and Bison is over here already triple S, already a beast in its own right. You go up here, get more people as well. You can see cars, and then of course very strong S3 over here too. We already got the cars here and everything. Point is, everybody else apart from this guy here who is pretty much using Bison at A plus, but that also works in his favor. Previous AA, because that means Bison gets to explode as more often as possible. But the moment I actually got Bison to join, this is still pretty much it. I got Evil Ryu first of all on here, but he had not figured out the move fully. But the moment I actually got okay, I think Frankie just came up, or maybe let me see. Oh yeah, Bison is still on A plus. When Bison got to S, I'm looking for white Bison. Yeah, once you see me on top, I mean, I already got Bison on S because it's become more viable, it's becoming stronger, and I pretty much have been in charge of the battles ever since, and we're going to go right ahead and display one of the video. Let's display the most recent one. All right, there's pretty much one key thing you want to do. All right, we'll just display the first two. First one here, second to last one, is very simple. I'm going to go right over it so that way I don't get us confused so I can talk about the key points once the recording the replay starts. Okay, is the key thing. The first thing you want to start up is that you want to have these key portions. All right, you need a damage dealer. You can use you know beasts. You can use Fashion Blanka, you can use Mad Ryu, you can use you know I don't know if you can use Gal maybe, but I've never used Gal. You can use Crimson Sea Viper. Yeah, this is a tree I would typically recommend first of all for starters. You also want to have Elena as a healer because that little heal could be the difference between your characters actually, your damage dealers being one shot or not. All right, I prefer Fashion Blanka because it puts Evil Ryu a bit further back. And Evil Ryu is one that has to take that risk of being one shot, which means you can still sort of run the combo, but of course without the perk which I'm about to discuss. But if you have someone like some of the other characters, sometimes they might push Evil Ryu ahead, like Mad Ryu push Evil Ryu ahead instead of being behind, and all that kind of stuff. All right, so second thing that is part of the puzzle is Beast Zangief is key as well, and the reason why it's key is because when you start the battle, and in support he comes and he does a spin, and that gives you a boost of at least 50 speed or thereabout, but that typically will get you closer to almost instantaneously starting your combo. While this works in the Supreme Fist, it's a little bit trickier in the regular challenge. You don't get that boost as much, which I don't know why, but I'm going to show you guys that to round it up as well. And then the last bit is obviously you want to just let your combos out as quickly as possible. Just don't worry about it hitting or making any damage. Just do the 4 sequences, and you want to do it manually because it's going to be quicker than when you do it on auto. And once you get that one out of the way, what that does is you're stacking up your Satano E key, which is very important. The first time you start, to have a better chance, you want to start with Evil Ryu because that way you have at least 4 stacks of Satano E key, one from being in the starting lineup, 2 from initiating the super combo, and then 1 extra again, making it 4 from ending with the Metsu Shuriken. All right, once it goes into the second time I try and rush everything, he would either guarantee do a Metsu Hadoken, which is what you want, and that is what is going to drain the energy, which is what your aim is. And by the time you drain the energy, then you can start that roll with your damage dealer being the first attacker, because by the time you end the combo, is as long as 18 seconds is due, he can do it again. Or if he doesn't do that, it's because he almost died and he did the Raging Demon, and what that would typically do is that would interrupt. All right, that will make you interrupt whatever move they are, so that will give you a break. But the only disadvantage about that is that they still have their combo gauge, so your preferred move is for him to actually not almost die, and he can make and unleash the Metsu Hadoken, and then that way you have a head start again. I can go and start wiping out the player, so that way you now have more players than they do, and then you can actually fill up your combo quicker, and the rest is history. Alright, so let's go right ahead. I'm going to try and comment as best as I can to point out what you're looking at. Everybody just focus on Evil Ryu, don't worry about the other things that are happening there. The first things first, and also having Toxic Love helps as well. So as you can see, I just unleashed all the combos the first time, no time wasting. I've gotten 4 stacks of Saturn EQ right now, as you can see number 4. Once I see one here, I just throw my Toxic Love. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm hoping I can actually get the opposition on my team, and that actually helps too because they can take the damage. I rush Tomo this time, as you can see, once I do the Shuriken, Ryu's going to go right ahead. He interrupts this time because he nearly died. So he did interrupt instead, but you can see they have the combo gauge and they're going to try and unleash the combos, but then they're probably character light, as you can see. So they're not going to have that nice combo gauge that they would normally have had. By then you've already stacked up more Saturn Iki, you're more resilient to damages, and you can also use your healing abilities to actually get things done. So that was the way that one actually went. In this case, I'm glad that that example exists. That is Saturn Iki actually doing the interrupt there for you. Okay. The other one, I'm hoping this is one I'm looking at, is where you get to unleash the Metsu Hadouken, which is supposed to be your preferred option. All right. As you can see, Beast Zangief goes, boost that speed up. You go right ahead and just rush the combo real quick. All right. And this is two guys, typically one of the more dangerous characters to go against. Once this goes, wait for it to hit one. Throw your Toxic Glove in case it captures the character. It did capture him here, so we get a bit lucky here. We go right here, rush combo this time around. Once it does that, Evil is going to go right ahead and unleash the Metsu Hadouken. Watch Decay to disappear. Just like that. Now you have the edge, right? Because you already built up your next combo. You can now go right ahead and use like your damage dealer to start the combo instead, so you can wipe as much as possible. As you can see, now they're less, meaning you get to build your combo more quickly. You can go right ahead and just rush it. By then, it's just one person, like, and boom, history. So obviously it looks easier than it sounds because, you know, this is recorded. So we're going to go right ahead and try and exhibit one example against these guys right now. This is a whole lot of tanks, and of course Zangief with his flame, definitely going to be tough. And then I'm going to also show you where it's also a bit of a cheesy situation in the challenge mode, where it's a bit more difficult to execute than it is here. And note these cards right now, these guys are all on 351. Okay, that is a high number compared to my 289 that my characters are on. But then the reason I'm trying to make note of that is because these ones are all 2 stars. So I think that's where it makes them a bit more, you know, easier to beat than the challenges, and I will show you that in a bit. So don't forget the recording, put it up. So I'm just trying to get this done quickly. Alright, so I wait. I'm not even going to look to see if I actually capture them. I throw this, I get this, I just start rushing again, and I hope they survive. Blackout just still alive. Okay, someone is gone. Once someone goes, I might still be able to make it. The only time I would not quit if one person goes, if it's Evil Ryu that goes. But typically, once Evil Ryu kind of gets one shot, next thing Fashion Blanka just gets hit as well. Because I don't know, maybe this time he disappears, but I typically don't care. I just start again. But we'll see what happens if he actually gets one shot. Let's see if we have to do that again. As like I said, it's not as straightforward as it sounds, but the execution is straightforward. You just have to follow those sequences. It's easier if you get to capture down player. I go. Oh, I didn't start the combo on time, but let's hope I still make it. So I've done the combo this time around. Let's see what happens now. If he's still alive, he's going to do the. But Dawson just kind of takes him out while he was trying to unleash his Metsu Hadouken. It took too long it took too long because I took too long to initiate the second combo. So let's go again, and this time I'm not going to get distracted to see if my toxic poison love. Oh, I did it too fast. Now that was actually not good because I can't expect to capture the airman, but the advantage is that at least I can focus on my combo and hopefully unleash before they actually get theirs done. This is not really good because I only have 2 combos I can actually do, so I'm going to quit. That's why I said if it's not Evil Ryu that goes, it is still a bit of a risk. But I was actually the one that messed up. I got too eager there. Alright, so let's go again. Too slow again. I'm looking at the wrong stuff, but we're able to get everything off the first time around. I have to be patient enough to wait for it to show 1, then throw it. Alright, as soon as it goes, I'm not looking this time around. I'm just going to try and... Alright, everything looks like it went smoothly right now. With Metsu Hadouken, man, Fashion Blanka is such a potato sometimes. I told you, this is where it gets really tough. If Fashion Blanka, and that's why I have Zangief on him, to protect him. I did use Ihana, my Ihana is not as strong as my Zangief. So this time I'm going to try and do, this time I got it as early as possible. I don't waste too much time. I'm waiting as well to hit the Toxic Love. I throw it right now. The combo starts again. Dawson is really dangerous with his flame. Didn't even make it this time. Like it's if the Toxic Love connects, it makes it a lot easier. But like I said, it's not necessary. All that is necessary is for your characters. Oh, I just threw it again. That's, man, that was too itchy fingers, guys. You know, as I said, it's also a bit RNG based, but you want to. This thing is, it's easier to. You're not timing And the only thing your timing is just when you throw your toxic glove, because you're hoping it captures them. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, you go again with the same sequence. Bison is wasting too much time. That is the problem here right now. Bison is getting almost killed, so he's wasting too much time with the blast, which is not giving us enough time to complete the combo there. So we're gonna try again. Hopefully we can get it before Bison starts to blast uncontrollably. Oh boy. Yeah, this is now the example is gonna be tough. Like I said before, you know, RNGs. Why am I on 4-star? Okay. 4 speed. Alright, I throw it. I go again. Still alive, guys. Still alive, guys. Okay, I got to unleash everything this time around, and then quickly I hit my health to just survive this move. And now they're, oh man, Blanka is such yeah, I don't know if this one's gonna work out. Let's try and use Bison. Maybe I should use Elena first, because Elena has another one. And then Eerie is not going to do nothing at this point, right? And probably need to use Eerie. It's just pretty much a waste once one character goes. I'm just trying to show you that once one of them goes, it's difficult. This is really tough because of the tank. But we go again. Like I said, all you're doing is just hitting as soon as the button becomes available. Wait for the bar. Wait for the bar. Go. Ready again. Stay alive, guys. Stay alive, guys. I'm going to try and use what they call it, the crisp potato this time. So maybe this one gives more durability. Survived. Fashion Blanka, let's go. Fashion Blanka is the main villain when it comes to this stuff not working out. Like, he is so unreliable when it comes to his survival right now. It might also just be because we've gone a little bit higher, because I wasn't doing it as much as this before. So I'm gonna wait again. I'm gonna use Fashion Blanka on the 4th attempt. I'm not gonna use the look at that. Okay, luckily for us, Ryu did an interrupt there. I'm gonna use Evil Ryu this time again. There should be more durable now. We've gone on the 3rd round. We've gone on the 3rd round, so we should be better now. Alright? We're able to make the 3rd one. And this time I can take my time and try and hit the combo as much as this. There you go. It was a lot tougher this time around, but I know I mentioned you want to do the, Metsu Hadoken a lot better. You want to do the Metsu Hadoken rather than this, but apparently it looks like this actually saved the day. Okay, so we're gonna go right back and definitely review exactly how it turned out. All right. Oh, that was actually 360. That's actually what made it even more of a challenge. So typically, once you get to the boss level, you know how it goes. We're top again still. There you go. Go right ahead and let's review how it actually unfolded. Alright, so what happened here? We got everything off as quickly as we could. And then we waited for the bar to fill for them through the toxic love. Did he capture anybody? No, he did not. So, like I told you, it doesn't always have to work. I rushed the 2nd time around, hoping that everybody survived. But what happened instead was that Evil Ryu went ahead and interrupted. There you go. You see that was the interrupt there, and that's what actually changed the game for us. Alright, so who knows, maybe the interrupt is actually even a better scenario, but the thing is they get to do the combo again. But however, we already have a whole lot more Sasuna Iki. That should make us a whole lot more stronger and make them a whole lot weaker, because that's what it does. It gets Sasuna Iki and it makes them weaker. And then of course the rest of the stuff is history. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it here and let you know how it's different. As you guys noticed here, when I was doing the combos, I was able to go bam, 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 right? I hit it, I continued, I hit it, I continued. But Let's see, why is this still waiting here? But if we go over to the challenge, this is 1-3 right now. Alright, let's go ahead and let's see if there's anything I can pick up here. 4 minutes to go. Alright, I'll wait till it's 8 hours and above. Go right here. Same cast, Fashion Blanka, Beast Zangief, Fashion Blanka, Zangief on top, and then the rest usual. But you're gonna see something here, okay? I'm not gonna get an instant start. I got the instant start here this time around, but I probably won't get an instant resumption. So I'm gonna wait. You can see that bar is getting a lot quicker here, and then I don't get the chance to do the instant resume, meaning I have a chance to actually get one shot before it goes. I'm trying to hit Bison stuff. He interrupts instead. That's actually an advantage for us, but that isn't everything else. I'm going to go right ahead and try using. There you go. I told you. Before the bar goes, we're not getting that rapid bar that we're getting in the other mode. We're getting it a lot slower here, and that's the disadvantage that we have right now over here. So in this case here, what I've typically looked at as the alternative is you use Beast Zangief in the starting lineup, and you actually go right ahead and combine them. Okay, so that's how Evil Ryu has been pretty much pushing me all the way to the front, and he was pushing me while he was on S plus. I'm gonna of course keep on testing the character. It's been amazing so far. I'm glad he's my dude, because if he wasn't my dude, I definitely would not be investing in him as much. Otherwise, it's been your boy Shin Ryu, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to like sort of thing. Share the video with your friends. Any other person that plays Fighter Duel, let them watch this video. Let them know that I make good content. And if you guys have any ideas of what you want me to do, let me know in the comment section below as well. And I'll definitely be able to respond as quickly as time, usually a 24-hour window. Thanks again for your watch and your views. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.